Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be talking about the attributes of the next Bach Flower Essence, Elm. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. When trying to determine which Bach flower essence to use, it's necessary to understand the characteristics and symptoms of the essence from a psychological position. This is because the Bach flower essences work on the subtle bodies of the human subtle anatomy field. For healing to take place, you need to look at the situation from this different level. So, what are the characteristics of Elm? Elm Bach flower essence is for people who suddenly feel unable to carry out an important mission or responsibility. Elm is used for the basic treatment of an acute crisis of confidence that is related to achievements, goals, uncontrollable ambitions. It is also the Bach flower essence to use to treat people that are suffering from inappropriate behavior due to stress and acute illness. It is used to treat all pathological conditions related to a sudden fear of failure or acute feelings of stress and overwork. In daily life, it is useful in helping people through work-related stress or sudden feelings of stress and overwork in general. It is also used for people that are facing an impending breakdown or acute illness. The Elm condition is characterized by a great feeling of responsibility and the need to achievement. There is also a tendency to push oneself past one's limits. When the Bach flower essence of Elm is harmoniously developed, you find the Elm type is a very capable, confident person who feels that they are on a mission or they're taking on an important responsibility. These people are highly goal and achievement oriented by nature. The goals of the Elm type can be social, athletic, or spiritual in nature. Frequently, the Elm type is an important or in a highly visible position. Some examples of this would be a mother who is always there for her children, or the boss on whose performance the fortunes of the entire company rests, or the politician who has spent their lives serving their constituents but has also fought alone and put all of their strength into a self-imposed mission. These people are usually highly driven themselves, but they are wisely and acutely aware that it is wrong for them to expect others to do more than they are capable of. And it is this quality that is the secret of their success. When negatively expressed, the Elm type loses all sense of proportion in their desire for achievement and ends up pushing themselves to the limit and beyond, without thinking of the consequences. It is common to find a negatively expressed Elm type to push themselves to the point where their reserves are exhausted, and as a result they begin to break down. The negative expression of Elm person becomes weak at this point, and they realize with a certain amount of desperation that they simply cannot continue. This usually has less to do with their physical strength than with their psychic abilities. They simply do not have any more inner strength to bear the stress that they have piled upon themselves. This is a defining moment for the Elm type and can have serious consequences, and compares with the phase of an illness in which the body suddenly loses its strength and seems on the verge of total collapse. Since the Elm type has a strong constitution, however, they are soon ready to pick up the pieces and start again. This pattern is repeated over and over again as they do not learn from their experiences in this matter. What usually happens is that they will just continue on as they did earlier, and sooner or later they fall into the same trap. The Bach Flower Essence of elm is used in extreme situations when a psychic collapse is imminent. This Bach Flower Essence reduces psychic stress or pressures related to performance and releases blocked energy so that the struggle can continue. If it is taken in a timely manner during a time of great exertion, it can prevent the overextending of themselves or helping to prevent the placing of themselves under excessive stress while increasing their ability to achieve. For serious illness, especially those with a sudden onset, it should always be given in order to mobilize the additional strength needed. When favorably developed, the elm state is characterized by the ability to use the energies and strengths available at their maximum limits and to stretch those limits as well. This is the principle of growth, without which life itself is impossible. A growing organism dissolves its various forms and replaces them with newer, better, and more advanced ones. The tendency of all beings is to want to stay in a stable state forever because it is so comfortable. In order to change and overcome this natural sluggishness, people must apply a certain amount of force or energy. The more energy we supply, the greater the potential for change, growth, and development. This is where the strength of the elm type lies. If a person were to stay sluggish in their habits and seldom really push themselves, nothing of worth would happen. The elm personality forces them to constantly push themselves beyond their limits. This is the secret of their great achievements in personal growth. Strength, however, like everything else in the world, has a negative effect when given in the wrong doses. If we don't have enough, we waste away. But if we also create stress or disrupt us when there is too much stress, stress arises when the body mobilizes more energy than it can safely put into play. Stress creates harmful inner pressures, such as high blood pressure, stroke, or heart attack, or can lead to inappropriate, senseless behavior. The bottom line here is that it comes from a miscalculation in the elm type. When faced with an extreme challenge or danger, perspective is lost on how much energy is needed to overcome it, and then an overreaction occurs. The primary cause of this is fear, which makes the danger seem worse than it is and prevents an appropriate response. When negatively developed, the elm type has an exaggerated sense of ambition and drive in which they lose their perspective and proportion and are overcome by the stress of it all. They try to take on too much and their strength becomes exhausted in a desperate and pointless fight against the forces of nature. And then they stand in danger of losing everything. The very thing that serves to make their lives positive, their great strength and readiness to take action, can ruin them if they fail to learn moderation in this area. Some common combinations of elm with other Bach flower essences are as follows. Combined with cherry plum, it helps with feelings of being at the end of their physical and psychic endurance. Combined with gentian, it helps with feelings of stress and overwork, as well as a sense of despondency. Combined with gorse, it helps with feelings of hopelessness due to stress and overwork. Combined with hornbeam, it helps with acute crises that are due to one's sense of achievements. Combined with larch, it helps with acute crises due to one's sense of achievements. Combined with mimulus, it helps with the sudden fear of failure. Combined with oak, it helps with excessive demands and compulsive achievements. Combined with olive, it helps with severe physical and spiritual exhaustion. Combined with rock rose, it helps with stress-induced panic. Combined with Star of Bethlehem, it helps with breakdowns due to a spiritual shock. Combined with sweet chestnut, it helps with desperation caused by stress and overwork. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.